Hello and welcome everyone to another exciting episode of the Super Carlin Gaming Mario Kart 8 Roulette Challenge, where Ben and I are trying to 3-star every course with randomly chosen carts and characters.
Some of that is right.
I forgot most of what I was saying there.
Hey, don't even worry about it. You know, I'm actually getting under the opinion that we should never have like a running, consistent way that we say anything. It should always be new and different and be like,
I agree!
Hey guys! Mario Kart action day.
Very good. Man, we were so close to 3-starring the stupid Frogger Cup.
The Frogger Cup.
Oh man, I was so...
Now do we have the Liberty Bell Cup?
Now we have the Liberty Bell Cup. We need to go lick the Liberty Bell.
Ooh, that sounds awful and coppery.
It does sound coppery. Can we get some dice rolls?
Sure.
Yeah.
20.
20, so that's going to be 7, 14, 21. Inkling boy, but what color?
You have been the Inklings a bunch of times, I think.
Yeah, I don't love them.
Hey, Ben.
One.
Oh, no!
Gosh!
Ben has gotten a 1 in the
Literally,
last 2 rolls.
this was my character, and then this was my character,
and
now
Morton. Morton, here's a who.
Morton?
Oh, you gotta get off these heavy characters, bro.
Morton?
5.
Look at his eyelashes.
These are terribly drawn characters.
Mach 8. All right, this looks like my guy.
27.
Sponge. And parachute. All right, how'd we do? Pretty down the middle.
Pretty down the middle.
I'll take
All
it.
right.
I'll take it.
15.
Hey, the Mercedes.
1.
You got another 1.
God, it's such bad traction.
1 again.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
You got 3 1s?
It's true.
Yahtzee.
Dang. Yeah.
Or something,
Maybe
right?
we should go play Yahtzee.
All right, well, I have bad traction, high speed, high weight, high terrible turning.
Oh boy.
This is not going to be good.
To the Liberty Bell. Oh, Neo Bowser City. Maybe, if you ask me, the hardest level in the whole game.
Oh, man. Well,
We'll see.
I think you got it, man. Last time we had 1 star, and you came back with 2 stars. And
That's
you
true.
almost had 3. Oh, man.
Any of the ones that have diminishing...
What?
What's
Jay
that?
just smacked the couch, and more dust came out of
so
it.
much
than,
How
like,
is there
dust.
so much dust? We don't spend
I
any
don't
time in here.
know.
I have no clue. We
Man,
literally
okay.
are in here.
I think
to
it's
play
from
this game.
the Snorlax. That's
Oh,
why
yeah.
it's sitting right
Yeah.
here. Okay.
The what?
The Snorlax. Yeah,
Right,
it's
sure.
big. It takes up most of the room.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Here we are. 3, 2, 1.
And we're off.
And there we go.
Well, that was a great start.
That was great.
I'm
All
a
right.
12th right away.
There
Aston
you
Miles
go.
has a question.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
They start this question off with saying, I have a question.
How did you hit me?
How do you deal with / change the fact that you used to be really good in school, think A- to B+ marks in most classes, but now you're barely scraping by and almost failing many classes, even ones you love or find easy?
Whoa.
Interesting.
That is interesting. Like, I'm curious to know if, like, you recently bought, like, a Nintendo Switch and
Or-
Mario Kart or something.
My guess is that you recently moved or are going through some sort of personal trauma or something like that. This is.
I have a theory.
You have a theory?
I mean, because
Let's hear
I
it.
experienced something very similar.
Yeah, as did
I think
I.
that school was really, really easy for, who's this, Aspen, for a long time. And then now it's suddenly getting to be a little bit of a challenge.
Oh,
And
I
yes,
see.
And now, like, you might
And-
have to study a little more than...
And, like, so
like
he
you
didn't, he didn't get good
didn't-
habits.
Yes, exactly.
Right, because school was easy, you didn't get good habits.
Exactly.
That could be totally a thing.
That's a super possible. Okay, so I had a somewhat similar experience. So we grew up in one county until 5th grade. And then when I went to middle school, it was right after we moved. And in elementary school, I was the top student in my grade. I got like a special recognition for getting straight A's through all of elementary school, every single report card, every 9 weeks, the whole time. Then I moved.
So did I.
Yeah, so did I. Then we moved to a new school district where things were a bit more challenging. It was like one of the better schools in the state, and all of a sudden I was not like the student anymore. And what happened with me was, I think because I wasn't the student, I wasn't like carefully protecting this title anymore, which is like a strange thing, you know, like when I was the best student, I wanted to be the best student,
right.
and now that I wasn't, there wasn't as much in play anymore, you know, like I guess there was nothing really.
Yes!
Oh!
Mine! Oh, who saw it?
I saw it
You
because
saw
I looked
it?
away
Okay.
from my screen, where I'm now coming in 12th.
Oh, what a finish.
I gotta not lose. I'm in 11th. Oh man!
No,
I lost still.
They hit one
Dang.
too.
I dare say the other thing that could have happened is that so what happened to me was, like all through elementary school, I was fine. And then like, I remember going to middle school and kind of having a similar experience. We hadn't moved yet. I was in 8th grade during said move that Ben mentioned. And I remember going to middle school, and I think in elementary school I had mostly had the same teacher all day. And I think I suffered a lot from having some bad teachers. And then also just like adjusting socially into the new environment.
Right.
And it took me like almost 2 full years to get back into the swing of it, where the final semester at that school, which would have been the end of 7th grade, I was back to, I say straight A's, it was all A's and 1 B by a 10th of a point, and I met that teacher over the summer and was like, Miss Ross, why didn't you just give me the 10th of a point? I would have had straight A's. And she was like, why didn't you tell me? I would have done that. And I was like, ah!
Oh man.
Anyway.
And that's probably why you didn't get into your dream college.
That's
and you had to
probably
settle
it.
for every other aspect of your life.
Yeah, everything went downhill from there. And then we moved, and yeah, my goodness, the next school was just a lot harder. So that was hard to adjust to. But how to adjust is, I think Ben's right. You probably just need to like make a concentrated effort towards studying, or I think Derek is right in that like maybe it's not something you've had to do for a while, or before. Man, I'm just not on.
Yeah, like I
level.
think
still
respecting
winning.
How? Okay.
I think respecting your classes a little bit more and taking them seriously. I mean, because I think Derek's probably exactly right. Like, probably what's happened is you were able to get by very easily without it, and now that you actually have to put in some effort in order to succeed, I think what you'll find is that you'll be able to succeed again quite easily if you just put in that extra amount of effort.
Yeah.
I think you'd see everything really perk back up, and we hope you do, and report back to us, and hopefully like 10 episodes from now, you'll be like,
let us
guys, I have straight A's now, and we'll totally talk about it.
So freaking close to the
All right, Megan Gerald has a really interesting question.
Okay.
I live and teach in South Korea.
Oh,
My
my
fiance's
goodness.
family does not approve because I'm American and he is understandably Korean. Any advice on how to get the in-laws soon to like, or what?
They
Oh,
don't
soon to be
like
to
that
like you.
you're a teacher?
Side note, I do speak a bit of Korean and have tried giving gifts, but most come back unopened.
Whoa!
I know.
Passive aggressive.
So this is not like
This
a
is- yeah,
little
this is not
bit. This is like
they do not approve of this relationship.
wow.
Man. So they don't approve of it because you're a teacher, though? Is that what
I
it said?
think because she's
American.
Oh, because she's American. Okay.
Wow.
I see what it is. Here's what I would do. Is start a YouTube channel where you open returned gifts and basically mail yourself the best things ever, and share it on your Facebook page and tag your in-law or your not quite in-laws, and be like, man, well, this is a gift I got returned
Oh,
from
wait,
so-and-so.
Wait. It took me a long time to realize like that what you were suggesting is literally almost spitting in their face a little bit. Like, is that the advice here?
The advice is just let them see what they're missing out on.
Oh my gosh!
And then be
I
like-
don't think that they would respond well
like,
to that,
"What?
even at.
What?
Yeah.
Gold bars.
How's
My
about
goodness.
that? If only this person had taken it, they would have their own gold bar.
Thanks, me.
Well,
Yeah, but what a weird position to be in, right?
That is a very, very odd position to be in. Yeah, it's a little bit unusual.
try gifts.
I'm trying to think of if we have like any real advice here that would be helpful.
It sounds to me more like you're gonna I don't know what your boyfriend is doing. It sounds like he's probably the one who needs to talk to them and try and get them on board with this.
Yeah.
that
Yeah, that's a fair
probably-
point. Maybe
You
it's
know,
not,
this
it's
is
like it's
maybe
not
the onus, or maybe
necessarily her.
the burden is not on you to do this here.
Right. I mean, it sounds like probably the best thing you could possibly do though is to show them or help them understand that you are going to be a positive force in his life as well. Because at the end of the day, I feel like everybody's parents just wants to know that whoever they end up with is somebody that's going to help to make them a better person.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And so I think that would be like a really good way to go after it as well, as just sort of, being there, being supportive, and taking the time. Because I think over a long enough period of time, if you are a positive influence on their life, they will see that. I mean, there'd be no way for them not to.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Man, I suck at this game.
Here we go. All right, here we go.
Any like progress I have been making at not being awful at it is really just starting to
go away.
It's about as bad as the advice in this episode of the game.
Of how to get your boyfriend's Korean parents to like you.
We started skateboarding to work, and I feel like I made this joke around you guys a whole bunch of times now. But like, I feel like if Alice was going to describe me to her dad or something, and be like, yeah, he rides his skateboard to work, where he talks on the internet about Disney movies, I might not come across as like the world's greatest candidate for.
Well, it depends on like how you frame it. You're also a double entrepreneur, probably triple at some point in your life, maybe more.
Hopefully more.
It just depends on how you frame it.
It is absolutely how you frame it. It is absolutely.
I don't know. Entrepreneur is the kind of word that that's like another word that's like, oh, unemployed.
Unemployed.
I'm an entrepreneur. Like, oh, you don't work. I see.
But I almost feel like anybody who this is gonna go bad against my own Twitter bio, but like if you self-describe as an entrepreneur, you are most likely lying. Mm-hmm. Like that means that you.
It's like how many.
You started a company that includes you, and maybe your unpaid spouse, and your Facebook page says that you are the CEO of.
Oh, isn't that the worst?
Like life improvement manual for something.
Probably. Anyway, let's move on to another questions before this turns personal.
Dusty Phillips.
Dusty!
How many years are there between Jay, Ben, and Peaches?
Oh, boy.
There's another part to this question, but I want to know this first.
Okay, so Jay is the oldest. He is 29.
29.
I am 28.
And Tyler's somewhere around his mid-20s.
Tyler's 20. He'll be 25 in December.
Oh, really? His birthday's coming? I don't know.
Yeah, December 1st.
December 1st. Wish him a happy B-Day. And then he's getting married like 2 weeks later. He's having a crazy December. Then it's Christmas in another 2 weeks. So I think he's just trying to get as many gifts as possible at the end of the year.
I think that's probably it. Knowing Tyler, that's really all it's all about.
That's what he's into.
Yeah.
So, Dusty Phillips, the rest of his questions are, he says, I know kids close in age can be really close, and I also know a couple of years can be close to each other, too, but I want to encourage my kids, there's about a 7-year gap, to have a close relationship, just like you guys do, and I am not sure how to nurture that.
Oh boy, it's hard to nurture it.
Yeah, like I don't know that it's something that I think we have actually had people ask before how to be closer with their siblings, maybe.
Yeah, I think what you want to do is just foster a strong family values in general. I think one of the things our parents always did was we always would all eat dinner at the table together every night.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like one of those things that I just assumed everyone did that. I don't think it's as common as
as
you might think. So I would say, family dinners at table. That's a great place to start. No phones, no TV.
Right. And I would even say just like family activities in general. Like I know growing up, it seemed like a lot of times anything Dad took us to do, it was always like all three of us were going in some capacity and being involved with fishing or the skate park or biking or something like where we were all gonna ultimately do it together.
Right. And then I know Ben and I we did cross country together, which is where we really started hanging out because we just sort of there was a group of us, and we all hung out together and all did stuff, and because we were on the same team, we just hung out, and then it was like, oh, well, we just live together too, so we'll just keep hanging out.
We'll just be friends.
We'll just be friends, what do you know?
How about that? The other thing is misery loves its company, so you could just be incredibly difficult and hard on them.
Yeah, just be really mean to both of them.
And they'll come together.
They'll unite against you.
Exactly.
People who suffer together bond together.
Yes.
You know, there
Yes.
it is.
So alternatively, if you don't want to just be mean to them constantly, you could go get like a lot of gravel delivered to your driveway and just ask them to move it from one side to the other.
Yeah, really labor-intensive chores together. That's what you want.
I think that there actually is something to that. Like if you had the older one help the younger one with their homework or something like that. Like,
Yep.
And then the older one could use the younger one to like get into small spaces that they can't fit into.
Yeah,
Indeed.
exactly.
Also, let me just say, boom, 3 stars.
oh man!
Oh my gosh!
With the Inkling, boy. Oh yeah, man.
It finally happened.
We finally added another one.
And look, Inkling Girl was right on your heels.
Yeah, oh yeah, she's right there.
Crazy. And then Morton,
Sneak in.
they're in 8th.
Quality
Quality 8th place.
Quality 8th place. He's crushing it. Oh man. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please remember to leave a like if you haven't already, and subscribe so you don't miss any future Mario Kart action from us. And make sure you leave us more questions you need advice for in the comments, and Derek will go through them and ask them to us, and we'll talk about them here. And
See, you said that so rhythmically. Like, I think we were going to go after more something along the lines of, well, that's the end of this one. Quality 8th place.